Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from 5-star Bancorp. And believe me, after this you might just want to check your own bank statements extra carefully. We're going to dissect a recent filing that involves a pretty big change for the company's accountants. Think of it as your bank changing its financial advisors, but with a few extra twists we need to understand. Before we get started, if you like clear explanations about company happenings, make sure to subscribe and join our Discord channel. The link is in the description below. Let's get right into it. 5-star Bancorp, a bank holding company, just had a major shift in who's keeping an eye on their books. Basically, their longtime accounting firm, Moss Adams, merged with another firm, Baker Tilly. This is like one big company swallowing another whole. As of June 3rd, 2025, Moss Adams no longer exists as a separate entity for audit purposes, and Baker Tilly is now in charge of checking 5-star Bancorp's financial statements. To put it simply, think of it like your favorite coffee shop being bought out by a bigger chain. Same beans maybe, but different management. What's important here is that the bank's audit committee, which is the group responsible for overseeing the financial reporting, had to officially approve the switch to Baker Tilly. This ensures that everything remains above board and transparent. Now before we move on, let's make sure there were no red flags with the old accounting firm. The report confirms that Moss Adams' audits for both 2024 and 2023 were clean, meaning they didn't find any major problems or have any disagreements with the bank's accounting practices. It's like getting a thumbs up from the previous doctor before switching to a new one. To be super clear, there were no disagreements or anything shady happening between 5-star Bancorp and Moss Adams that would have needed to be reported to the Securities and Exchange Commission. That's a good thing. It suggests that the change was purely due to the merger and not because of any underlying issues with the bank's financials. To further ensure transparency, 5-star Bancorp gave Moss Adams, now working as part of Baker Tilly, a copy of this very report we're discussing. They asked them to confirm that they agree with the statements made about their relationship. Moss Adams provided a letter to the SEC agreeing with the bank statements, which is included as an exhibit in this filing. Think of it as getting a signed statement from your old landlord saying you left the apartment in good condition. During 2024, 2023, and the time leading up to the merger, 5-star Bancorp didn't consult with Baker Tilly about any tricky accounting questions or potential audit issues. This is important because it shows that Baker Tilly's appointment was a fresh start, not influenced by any previous concerns or disagreements. For those who want to dig deeper, the letter from Moss Adams confirming their agreement with the bank statements is available as Exhibit 16 in the filing. It's always a good idea to check these things out for yourself if you're really interested in the details. So now, let's put this all together and talk about what it means for 5-star Bancorp. Overall, the change in accounting firm seems to be a smooth transition, driven by a merger rather than any internal problems. The fact that the previous audits were clean and there were no disagreements suggests that the bank's financial reporting is in good order. However, it's always worth keeping an eye on how the new accounting firm, Baker Tilly, approaches things. Different firms may have different perspectives and priorities, so it's important to see if there are any changes in the way the bank's financials are presented or interpreted in the future. This is like switching from a traditional doctor to a holistic one. Same body but different approaches. One potential risk is the disruption that can sometimes occur during a merger. Integrating two large accounting firms can be complex, and there's always a chance that things could get overlooked or miscommunicated during the transition. It's important for 5-star Bancorp to ensure that their financial reporting remains accurate and reliable throughout this process. On the other hand, there could also be some opportunities. Baker Tilly might bring new expertise or insights to the table which could help the bank improve its financial reporting and risk management practices. It's like getting a fresh pair of eyes on your finances. In conclusion, the change in accounting firms at 5-star Bancorp appears to be a fairly routine event driven by a merger. However, it's always important to stay informed and keep an eye on how these kinds of changes might affect the company's financial performance and transparency in the long run. Alright, that's a breakdown of 5-star Bancorp's accounting firm switch. What's your take on this change and what it might signal for the bank's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching and see you next time.